Yo, what's up? This is Max from Real Social Dynamics, and in this video we'll be talking about how to deal with rejection.
Do you speak English?
Yeah.
I was wondering if I may take you out on a date.
Oh, sorry. What?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't think so. No, thank you.
Okay.
No, thanks.
Not too bad. May I take you out on a date? No. Was that a yes? Do you speak English?
Many people have asked me about like an updated sort of video on this topic, and yeah, here it is. So let's crack right into it. First and foremost, I want to say it's important for you to understand to enjoy the process. Look, many guys see each and every set, each and every girl that they approach as this like yes or no, win or lose kind of situation, right? And then there's even like some fucked up varieties of that where I see guys like calculating their like hook ratio, like today I talked to 10 girls, 8 rejected me and 2 did not, so I have an 80% fail rate. This failing and winning mentality for each set is fundamentally flawed because of the following fucking reason. It's all one gigantic set. Stop seeing the sets as yes, no, win, lose, next one. Yes, no, win, lose. Yes, no, win, lose. It's all one gigantic set. It's all one process of getting you better. Imagine you're at the gym, you're taking that dumbbell, and you're lifting 1 rep, 2 reps, 3 reps. Now, are you making 1 rep, look at yourself in the mirror, oh, my biceps hasn't gotten any bigger? Are you doing that? No, you're not. Because at the gym, you're aware of the fact that it's a process. You understand that you're going to do a lot of reps until one day in the morning, you wake up, you look yourself in the mirror, and you see, oh, wow, my arm has gotten bigger. Right? You're enjoying the process. Not even enjoying the process, you're aware of the fact that it's a process. And it's exactly the same with game. It doesn't matter how many girls per se reject yes or no. It's much more about the fact that you're putting yourself out there, that even if you're getting rejected, you're still getting reference experiences in that are very valuable, and you're still sharpening your game. You're increasing your social dynamics on your brain, right? You understand the social cues. You understand to read situations, read the girls. You understand a lot about yourself. It's a fucking process. You've heard us talking about this concept so many times, and you gotta be aware of it. It's a fucking process. At the end of the day, the difference between me, the RSD coach, and you is, I shit you not, and I've gotten rejected more times than you. It's not the fact that I'm had more sex than you or had more girls or whatever. It's the fact that I've gotten rejected more than you. It's an intrinsic part of that. Everybody gets rejected. You've seen me getting rejected here in this infield footage. It's completely fucking normal. The difference between you and me, though, is the difference between someone who's advanced and somebody who gives up from the rejection is the person who's actually advanced. He takes that rejection, he takes that feedback, completely detached from his ego. We'll talk about ego in a second. He takes it as raw feedback in order to fuel his knowledge about game, and he gets better. And on top of that, he doesn't take it personally because, again, he sees it as a whole entire process, as instead of like this yes, no, yes, no. You want to fuck me? No. You want to fuck me? Yes. You want to fuck me? No. Okay, you understand? You gotta get that mindset in yourself. Number 2, learn to see the fun in rejections. They're funny as fuck. I mean, how funny is that? You walk up to a guy like, hey, what's up? She's like, oh, go away. Or like gets creeped out. Like, in fact, here's the following thing. The more uncomfortable you feel in this situation, the more fun it actually is. Again, the more uncomfortable you feel at that very moment, the more fun it becomes minutes later. Understand that. Understand that it's a fun thing. I mean, objectively speaking, it's funny. Subjectively speaking, not so much, because you're there, the pain of rejection hurts, you're exposed to fear, you're nervous, might have other people see, but just imagine from an objective standpoint, how fucking funny is it? How funny is that, right? Imagine yourself from a third-person view, not a first-person view, third-person view. The camera zooms out behind you, and you're watching, quote-unquote, somebody else, like, hey, nice to meet you, and the camera, like, zooms in on the girl, like, creeped out, like, oh my God, and she walks away, and you're just, like, standing there, and then the camera zooms in on your sad face, like, come on, it's funny, man. Imagine you've seen me. I mean, you've seen me. Have you laughed at the rejections that you're seeing here? Are you laughing at this rejection right now? I just want to say hi. Do you speak English? No, don't. Well, have you met my boyfriend? I don't want to get you fired or something.
You never will.
My name is Max. Bye. Did you just see that? Oh my God, horrible. Like my soul is scattered on the ground. Do you speak English?
Doesn't matter what I am, I'm just not gonna go home with someone.
It's fine,
No, it has nothing to do with anything.
Hi.
Hi.
Max.
I'm Sarah.
Good to meet you, Sarah. Oh wow, we gotta change that. Yes, you're laughing because it's funny from a third-person perspective. It's in fact your ego that is making you think, hey, this is not funny. How dare she? How dare she reject me? Right? She doesn't even know what she has. Does she even know what she fucking has? Which brings me to the next point. So understand, before, let's wrap this up first. Understand that it's about humor. Zoom out. See the fun part of the rejection. And thus, you can actually detach your ego a little bit because you're like, yeah, objectively speaking, it was kind of funny, right? Which brings me now to the next point. It's about different value systems. Your value system is not her value system. And this is a really interesting concept that I've experienced in myself a lot. The more outside success I would get outside the game, I would say to myself, like, look, Max, you're a business owner now, you're traveling the world, you're only 27, you're in great shape, you have experience with girls. Dude, you're the whole fucking package. You're amazing. So I would walk up to some 20-year-old girl at the club. All she has achieved in her life is be hot. Basically, right? Massively overgeneralizing here. And then I'd be like, hey, what's up? And she's just like, fuck off. You're weird. You're boring. And I'm like, does this bitch even fucking know who she's talking to? I own a business. I make X amount of money. I'm amazing. I'm in shape. I'm way more experienced than any other fucking guy out there. And now she's making out with some drunk tart fucking idiot. It's difficult. And again, it's our ego playing its evil part here, trying to manipulate us, being the fucking master of puppets here. Like, yeah. Guess right. She doesn't even know who she's getting. What a dumb whore she is. Understand that people have different value systems. Your value system is probably working on yourself, reading great books about personal development, being spiritual, understanding game and social dynamics, building a business, whatever the fuck it is, right? A girl's value systems are fundamentally different. It could be that she's valuing the same things and thus you're not getting rejected, but it could very well be that she sees people with a business as snobby, she sees successful people as people who scam other people, that's why they're successful. She sees guys who are active in sports as like douchebags and they're dumb. She sees guys who are reading personal development books as boring. Understand that her value system is different. It's not worse. It's not that she's a dumb person because of that. It's just that her value system is different than yours. You might be high value in your perspective. You might not be high value in her perspective because of all these things. What always counts, though, is the emotion she experiences with you. What are emotions? It's game. So you don't need to have the success. You don't need to be this high value guy. If you have game, that's all that counts. Okay? Game is the only universal truth, basically. Doesn't matter about her value systems. If you game her properly, spike her emotions, you're fun, you socially calibrate, you're able to escalate, you're able to physically lead, whatever the fuck is, if you can do that, then she'll be attracted to you. Anything else that falls into some value system category doesn't fucking matter. And by the way, as a side note, you're high value not to get girls. You're not building a business so you're cool and impressive to other girls. You're not getting in shape so other girls find you attractive. You're doing these things for yourself, man. You're staying healthy and in shape because it's good for your body. You're working on your business because you want to be financially free. You understand? If you're coming from a perspective, I'm doing all this for girls, now it doesn't work, then you're fucking away. Okay, understand? You're fucking away. Okay? Anyways, that's about value systems. Let's go back to the next point about rejection, and that is desensitize yourself. Is that even the right word? Desensitization? Basically, you want to do something that I call crash and burn. Crash and burn is a really interesting concept. It's like a little challenge that you do to yourself. You go out under the one premise, and that is that you need to get rejected. You're not going out to get good reactions. You're not going out to get numbers, makeouts, polls. You're simply going out just to get rejected. And the two things that you're going to learn from that are really amazing. Number one, you learn that it actually takes way more than you think to get rejected. If you walk in and you want to get rejected, you say something dumb, you say something stupid, and the girl's like, oh, interesting. And you're like, you're supposed to reject me. Why? God damn it, this is difficult. So many times you're so afraid of getting rejected. Once you're trying to get rejected, you're like, it's so difficult to get rejected, man. It actually takes a lot more than I would think it does, right? And number two, what it teaches you is, if it does happen, if you're actually getting rejected, it's not that bad. It's mostly just the anticipation of rejection that is this like crippling anxiety that makes you feel uncomfortable, whereas the actual rejection is like, all right, it's over. All right, it's actually not that bad. Have you ever gotten vaccinated? Have you ever had like an injection somewhere in your body? You know, you see the needle coming, like, oh my God, no, it's gonna be in my skin. Oh my God, I know it's fucked up. and then, you know, it kind of like pokes through your skin, and it's done. You're like, well, that wasn't that bad. It's, again, the fear before the needle hits your skin is much worse than the needle actually in your skin. Like, meh, all right, I can actually survive that. It's exactly the same with getting rejected. So if you impose that little challenge on you, once a week, once a month, once a year, depending on how much your approach anxiety is crippling you, if you do that, you understand, hey, rejection is not that bad. And when you then later in a regular set get rejected, you're like, it kind of feels the same as I did the crash and burn, and it was kind of funny and interesting. It didn't hurt me, so I guess I can just keep going. Okay, now I want you to imagine the following. Imagine you're actually going out, you understand that it's about the process, you're truly enjoying the process. Imagine you're seeing the humor in it, you're zooming out, getting that third-person perspective in. Also, you're aware of the different value systems that people have, and that it's not that bad if you actually get rejected, and you do the crash and burn challenge to understand that rejection is not that bad. Now you're in a state where you're ego-free, where the ego has no more power of you, and you understand that rejection itself is indeed the greatest tool for you to get rid of your ego. The ego is a great thing to have when it comes to like fighting, you know, oh, I want to fuck this motherfucker over, or like any sort of competition, like I want to be faster than this guy, I want to make more money than that guy, this is a competition, we're going to crush it. All these are ego-fed concepts, and that's great, but ego doesn't help you with game. It's your worst fucking enemy. When you walk up to a girl, you have an ego do say, I'm the best, her derp's gonna side dick, she's not gonna do it. You're gonna have that ego involvement, and it's gonna feel weird, and there's a discrepancy, and that is the single most important reason why guys don't get successful in game, because their ego comes in. But if you follow these guidelines that I've told you, you'll be more and more ego-free. It's like every rejection, it's chipping away from that ego, it's taking pieces out from that ego until the ego itself is vanished and gone. You know what's behind that ego? You know what's behind that thick crust of ego? Self-confidence. True self-confidence. Not ego-induced self-confidence. I am the shit, I'm the best, but actually self-confidence where you're like, you know what? Whatever happens, I'll be fine. True self-confidence doesn't mean that you're gonna think you're gonna win no matter what. In fact, true self-confidence means you're gonna be fine whether or not you win or lose. True self-confidence means I'm gonna walk up to the girl, it's gonna be fun. She might reject me, cool. She might not reject me, she might hook up with me, cool. It's always this like base flatline of cool. That is what true self-confidence is. That's what true ego-free state looks like. Now, if you want to dive deeper on this, in these YouTube videos, we can merely scratch the surface. I have a program for you called Fearless, the Approach Anxiety Buster program, right? So if you have trouble with approach anxiety, you can't approach the girls, you want to be in this free-flowing state where everything is easy, you know, you want to do the stuff that you see the RSD instructors do on YouTube, then you can, in fact, get on board with this program, and it will teach you everything you need to know about overcoming approach anxiety, how to be smooth, how to have fun interactions, and how to not care about other people, how to not care about rejection, how to not care about your own fears. You're just free of that. It releases that knot within yourself, and you can truly enjoy the process and enjoy the girls. Thousands of people are actually on board with this program already. They're loving it. You can read a bunch of things that people write about this program right here, and it's extremely humbling for me as a teacher to see the results that people are getting in this program. It's extremely humbling, and I want to thank everybody who is already on board with this program. It changes my life just as much as it changes your life. Thank you very much for that. So if you want to get on board with the program yourself, there's challenges. The challenge is hot seat, where you can actually see me going through these challenges myself. There's a lot of inner game work in there where you can rewire your brain so you're actually excited and not afraid about game. Plus there's the Hot Girl Confessions in there. There's the Instructor in Your Pocket Fearless Edition. So as you can see, there's this whole fucking value package, and every single content piece is aimed towards becoming that person that is free of approach anxiety and can finally fucking enjoy games. So if you say, hey, I want to get on board, you can head over to crushingmyfear.com. There's a bunch of really good preview videos on there that you can check out. You can dive deeper. If you want to get on board with the program, you can always do that on the website, crushingmyfear.com. So head over there right now. Thank you very much. GG.